Hi everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all staying safe and well, and welcome to my film and TV channel. I hope you enjoy what I've got for you today, and please check out as you're watching this little links on screen as well for different things on my Facebook and Twitter, and of course my football channel as well. And please, all your comments are very welcome. Just let us know and push that subscribe button. Don't forget, please push the subscribe button. Make sure your notifications set to public as well if you want to know when these vlogs are coming out. Push that notification button as well. So anyway, please enjoy. Right, we're looking at a film called Limbo. Yes, a comedy drama, or is it a dramedy we call it these days, directed by Ben Sharrock. Yeah, a UK back thing, this one. An offbeat observation of the refugee experience. This is classed as: on a fictional remote Scottish island, a group of new arrivals await the results of their asylum claims. Among them is Omar, a young Syrian musician burdened by the weight of his grandfather's oud. Yeah, which he has carried all the way from his homeland, like a guitar, like a little balalaika or whatever they call the little guitar. So that's his oud. There you go, Smash. I thought that was something in Doctor Who, the oud, wasn't it? I'm not too sure anyway. Yeah, it stars Ami El Masri as Omar, Vikash Bai as Farhad, Ola Arabi as Wasef, Kwabina Ansa as Abedi, Kenneth Collard as Boris, Kays Nashef as Nabil, and Sidsi Babette Knudsen as Helga. Yeah, scores as at 2nd of August, 10 AM UK time. So these are all these reviews and ratings are at that time. Rotten Tomatoes, it's got an approval rating of a massive 92% based on 116 critics. An average rating of not so massive, but still very, very good. Average rating of 7.8 out of 10. And of the 116 reviews, it's 107 fresh. That's not bad, and 9 rotten. We've got a couple of fresh ones. Wendy Hyde from The Observer here in the UK. For a film that is so infused with sadness, Limbo is remarkably funny. A gentle, emphatic kind of humour that is derived from the men's bleak existences without mocking them. Yeah, Stephanie Zacharek, she liked it as well. She's from Time magazine over in the US. Set on a remote Scottish isle, Ben Sharrock's second feature maintains a lightness of touch despite its serious underpinnings. We do say there are some rottens, aren't there? I'll read a rotten out. This is in Review Online, Daniel Gorman. Limbo feels an awful lot like the kind of film designed to please American art house denizens, probably British ones as well. Pleasant and uplifting, and making sure not to ruffle any feathers in the process. Yeah, I could understand a bit of what Daniel's saying there, to be honest with you. Yeah, I understand a little bit of that. The Rotten Tomatoes audience, the verified audience, so these are the guys that have paid for tickets, actually gone out and not just gone in as a freebie. They've actually paid to watch this film. 3.3 out of 5. So again, not quite as high as the critics, so that works out, what, 6.6 out of 10 if my maths is correct. So, but still not a bad little score. Metacritic, the other critic site, well, we've had 26 reviews left on there. Every single one is positive. It scores anywhere between 63 to 100 out of 100, and its average is 83%. So not quite as high as Rotten Tomatoes, but not far behind. And obviously, if you look at the actual that's a positivity rating. If you do look at the actual score itself, it's probably very similar. The AV Club's A.A. Dowd, he gave it 67 out of 100 and said, while there's little dispute in Sharrock's empathy for his dislocated, stranded characters, there's something rather limited about his alteration of dry fish out of the water gags and scenes of people staring forlornly into the barren middle distance. Yeah, sometimes quiet is quite funny and quite effective, and it does work sometimes in this, sometimes it doesn't quite. Screen Daily's Wendy Hyde, she loved it. 80 out of 100. The poignancy and low-key desperation of the situation in which the men find themselves is balanced by the film's warmth and gentle humour. In a market crowded with migrant stories, there is something special. And the Internet Movie Database, there you go, you, me, Joe Public, just a normal man on the street. It's got an average of 7.1 out of 10, so that's quite healthy. And that's based on 983, so just under 1,000 reviews and scores have been left. Of that 983, 831 that's 85% have scored it 6 or more out of 10. So yeah, a lot of like and a lot of love out there for this one. So my little thoughts on it. I mean, I can understand the high marks. I say they're a little bit high for me. It's definitely a critics film, and it is also well appreciated by most of the audience, not quite as highly as the critics as I'd expect from something like this. I did like it, don't get me wrong, I did like this, but I think some of the scores are just a little bit over the top. There's a little, this is a bit slow and, dare I say, boring in little parts, but there's enough obviously to keep you interested in, and funny things, etc., to keep you, or certainly appeal to my sense of humour when not much happens, but it still made me smile. But yeah, it is a little, just loses a little bit sometimes in the film, so it doesn't always quite hit the spot. I mean, no doubt those boring bits are quite atmospheric, and characters staring into the distance. I think one of the critics mentioned there, obviously for effects, and obviously that sort of helps. I think probably helps to the laid-back vibe of the film anyway. As I say, it's a very, you know, it has its humour. It does, but it's not exactly in your face. There's a couple of not sinister. There's a couple of sort of run-ins with locals and stuff like that you expect, but it's sort of really played down a lot, so you never really get any sort of real feel of jeopardy or wariness in it. Sometimes, obviously, as you know, a lot of like things like Breaking Bad, and sometimes what's not said and quiet on the screen can be funny, and there are bits of this that do make you smile, even though nothing's particularly happening. They just might be watching somebody do something, and it does have that sort of funniness to it. But my personal highlights, I must admit, were the two guys in charge, Kenneth Collard, who I like anyway, as Boris, and Sidney Babette Knudsen as Helga, the two, if you like, who obviously advising these refugees on various things and manners and stuff like that. I think they're the best bit for me in this film. I did sort of want to see a bit more of these two, and a spin-off would be nice. A spin-off starring these two as a couple will be very, very nice, to be honest with you. I don't think the chemistry of the refugees, there's a couple of main ones and a couple of sort of others that appeared as well. So there's like four, but I don't think the chemistry really worked that well. They didn't really sort of appeal to me from either a liking point or a feeling sorry for point. I just don't think that the chemistry between the actual refugees themselves is quite as funny. There's the odd funny line given to them, which is okay, and the odd funny stare, etc., etc. But yeah, I wasn't as convinced with the chemistry of the four guys and how they related to each other, or the four main guys, if you like, and how they related to each other. Limbo won't appeal to everyone, although I'm very hard pressed to find bad written reviews. There's a lot, obviously, to get a score on Internet Movie Database. A lot of people have left low scores, but they've not actually backed it up with a rate, you know, an actual review itself. But it is a bit quirky. It won't work for everyone, but it does just about work in general. For me and as a film, and as I say, and there's certainly a lot more people like it a lot more than perhaps I did. So I am going to give it my watchable rate, and I am going to give it a 6 out of 10. I'm not going to go mad with it, because as I said, I think there's a lot to like about it, but I do feel that quirkiness didn't quite work sometimes. And if you do like a slower paced film and a bit of fun, and you do like people's reactions to situations and people staring into space, and that makes you smile, then you do like a sort of quirkiness, it's worth a watch. And it's certainly a very quirky refugee. I've never seen a refugee film like this, that's for sure, and I think that's quite unique. And as I say, it doesn't do what's the word? It doesn't actually portray them in negatively or positively. It's just people trying to wait for information to get on with their lives, sort of thing, and that's basically the whole thing of the movie. So 6 out of 10. Let me know, and if you get to watch this, let me know if you like this. As I'm recording this on the 2nd of August 2021, it has still got a limited cinema release, so obviously any dates for DVD and Blu-ray, etc., I'll let you know in the coming weeks. Anyway, thanks for watching. What are you going to do the rest of the day? Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. So we meet here again on the Film and TV channel, or perhaps have a flit across, have a look at my Citizen channel, my Manchester City football channel. Whatever it is, I only ask one thing. Please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.